Guys, welcome back to another video, and if you could click that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it to help grow this channel further. I'm so grateful for you guys getting me 500 subscribers. I truly am, and I'm so blessed to be able to do YouTube and for you guys to give me this much support, so thank you so much for that. But today we're going to be previewing the Arizona Cardinals versus the Los Angeles Rams. We're going to be breaking down what I think the keys to the game would be for the Rams and who has them for this, as it's going to be a pretty big game, especially for the division. But today we were talking about this game, and I think that a big part obviously is keeping Kyler Murray contained. In the last couple of weeks, defenses have done pretty good job at containing him, but it was the Patriots last week with Belichick, and that whole coaching staff is just great at finding out wrinkles in teams and finding ways to stop them. So that's one thing to count in. But the Rams defense is actually really good, and they're great in the second half performance. I know last week they let us down a little bit, but at the same time, Aaron Donald and that defense also brought us back into the game. They're holding us in these games. We got these superstar players, and especially if Jalen Ramsey is in to guard DeAndre Hopkins or Christian Kirk, I'm pretty sure he should be on DeAndre Hopkins. That should help shut down at least one receiver, as long as that hip isn't bothering him again. But yeah, that's going to be a key as that defense, obviously. But the biggest key I think that we all know is a huge key to this game is Jared Goff being on target, making great decisions, because even if he doesn't throw one touchdown, but he doesn't throw any picks, or if there's no turnovers for the Rams, they could still have a great shot at winning, because that run game, that Jared Goff could bring him all the way downfield, and then they run it into the end zone. I don't care if his stats aren't great, as long as he's not turning over the ball, because that's been the problem. And if teams start to blitz him, he just got to be cautious of that, and McVay's got to drop something that he's going to be comfortable with. And I also want to see some deep shots from them there. But if the Rams can get the run game going too, obviously I say this every week, I want the run game to get going so their pass can go off of that, as that's the Rams type of style that they have going down there in Los Angeles. But that's a big part to the game, and it's just really going to be shutting down that Cardinals offense, because their defense is not like the best in the NFL. They're pretty pedestrian, I guess you could say. They're like middle of the pack type defense, so I think that the Rams could do some things to disrupt that defense. I think if you run with Cam Akers more, like I said in the last video, that would really help, because he's just got that explosive enough. We've beaten teams like Seattle, and we've beaten teams like Tampa Bay. There's teams like that, and we've even beaten in the past. So I know we can definitely win this Cardinals game, and if we do, that's going to really help for the division, because it's going to put the Cardinals further back, and it's going to help us get back to that #1 seed. And well, not in the NFC, but in the NFC West, obviously, over the Seahawks. So it's going to be a big part of the game. And I just think if you can get the offense rolling, because that's been so inconsistent this year, I'll talk about that in another video, but they've been so inconsistent, my bad, sorry about that, guys. But they've been so inconsistent that the defense is carrying them all the way through, and sometimes they struggle out of games that they should have won, or they actually should have won games that it was just because the offense could not get going. But yeah, that's the keys to the game. If they can do all that, I think they definitely have a great shot. I already think that they have a good shot at winning this game. They just got to contain that offense, which I have supreme confidence in that defense for the Rams to be able to do. It's just about getting the offense on track and getting clicking, because that's really going to help them in the long run. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Thank you guys so much for 500 subscribers. We're 1/2 of the way through to get to 1,000, which is a big goal. So I thank you, every one of you, every day. Thank you so much, and God bless.